Hi everyone, and welcome to the iSpring webinar series, where every week we talk about e-learning trends, share iSpring tips and tricks, and cover clients' cases. My name is Nadia. I'm a community manager at iSpring, and I will be the moderator for today's session. And today we will cover how e-learning can boost your business. And to do that, I've invited our sales manager, Ines Solar, and our tech geek, Alex Cleland. Hi, girls. How are you doing today?
Hi, Nadia. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me for this webinar.
Yeah, it's so pleasure to see you and to hear from you. I'm happy to pass the mic to you, Ines, to start the first part of our presentation.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So there is no doubt that employee training is a significant part of every business, and people are the most powerful and irreplaceable resource. And it is vital to contribute to staff development. That's why we are going to talk about e-learning as an effective way to train employees and new hires, plus provide refresher courses and conduct onboarding and compliance training in your company. Talking to so many HR directors, managers, learning and development specialists, and training managers, and listening to their stories makes it so obvious that the way we deliver information to employees is very important. These are the challenges that HR and L&D departments face quite often. So let's see them. Why is turnover increasing? We put so much effort into finding and recruiting new employees, but much of our efforts are in vain. Why is it so overwhelming and expensive to train new hires and to conduct refresher courses? We spend so much money and time, but the outcome is debatable. Why don't we have any trackable data on new hire and refresher courses performance? This could make the way the promotion easier. Why do new hires seem so disengaged and unmotivated? We are a respected company in this field. Why don't new hires and long-term employees perform well during internal and external audits? Are my recruiting and training skills that bad? Why isn't the company documentation under control? It's overwhelming trying to keep it up to date and make sure everyone is using the same copy. And why are there so many negative reviewers on the company? We don't even work with these people. Now, I would like to know if you have ever asked yourself at least one of these questions. Could you please share in the chat what issues you are facing in the workplace? It will help us understand if we're on the same page and if something of the above mentioned is resonated with you. And Nadia, probably you are seeing the chat. Resonate, very important topics. Thank you. Okay, I see. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it, and I admire open-minded people. So we are moving in the right direction. Let me assure that at least some of your questions will be answered during today's webinar. So let's go. Staff turnover. This is about the number of people who leave company due to whatever reason, poor onboarding or management or even personal issues. And in most cases, these ex-employees need to be replaced because this is still work to be done, right? So high turnover rates directly impact the company's issues. It may take a week or a few months to find the replacement. During this time period, the company is missing experienced, trained employees and specialists. And the workload is increasing for the other employees who stay with the company. And these all may result in the negative emotional climate in a department or in a sub-department or even the company as a whole. And what do we do with recruiting and training costs? It's a matter of time and money. To realize revenue, we need to first invest. But what if these investments don't generate any revenue? That's quite disappointing and frustrating, right? So HR departments spend time and energy finding employees, training them, communicating with them, and supporting them during the trial period. And as we know, the recruiting process may take weeks, months, and even years. That's a huge amount of time, and the time is money. As for training costs, of course, it depends on the industry, the company is in, and skill set required for industry. And whenever you need to hire third-party trainers or purchase another set of equipment or no equipment at all, these factors vary, but the logic is the same. So step by step, we are moving to the next challenge, knowledge checks and assessment. No matter what kind of training, be it onboarding or compliance, employees' knowledge has to be assessed. So HR and L&D department directors need to understand if the information presented to employees has been digested well, and knowledge assessment is the way to evaluate or measure an employee's learning progress and skill acquisition, identify their knowledge gaps, and make adjustments to the learning program if it's necessary. Last but not least, it is important to provide employees with feedback. They have to know how well they perform in their current position. So let's keep going. And the way to deliver information and share knowledge is another key point. No doubt that diligent employees completely understand why it is vital to complete trainings, because they can perform well in the position, they can get a raise or get promoted. Research findings allow us to understand that data presented in a more visualized manner with interactive elements significantly increase the level of human perception. It is more engaging and not boring. So going through lots of pages, PDF files, or spreadsheets is the last thing a new hire would like to experience during first days or week in the company, for sure. Believe it or not, but visualization of data plays a great role in your company. Okay, so what we are going to do with objective company examinations called audits. Every business has to prove the quality of service products provided to the market. And external audits and certifications can help with that. However, in the most cases, it is a headache to get prepared for an audit if you're not sure that your employees are well trained. That's why some companies organize internal audits to simulate real certifications and identify employees' knowledge gaps. The process requires time and effort and needs to be automated, both for new hires and refresher trainings. And of course, paperwork and manual procedures is also a big challenge. Company rules and regulations are important. It is vital for every business to keep documentation up to date, right? To make sure every employee uses the same copy and there is no discrepancy in information. Otherwise, it may result in miscommunication or audit failures, which is not good for business for sure. And it can lead to revenue losses and fines as well. So taking into consideration all the points mentioned so far allows us to arrive at the conclusion. All of this influences the company's image, right? And a company can be the best in the industry and delivers service of the highest quality, But how well employees speak of their employer really matters. We all know that it's easy to spoil a company's reputation, but hard to restore it. Actually, when companies don't have well-trained staff and don't keep them compliant and competent in their workplaces, I don't think so it's possible to increase customers' satisfaction at all. That's why it's really important to invest your time and efforts in your employees. We totally agree with John Kennedy's words that a child miseducated is a child lost. Companies that invest in staff development certainly have an edge over the competition. Many of the issues previously listed can be addressed with e-learning. Let me tell you how you can do that and provide you with juicy details. E-learning is not just a way to deliver information. It is an opportunity to establish new training process that is effective, efficient, cost-effective, interactive, and very powerful. E-learning solutions include the authoring tool for creating online courses, your content with quizzes, videos, recordings, and the learning management system, which is LMS. An e-learning authoring tool is a program that enables users to create learning content, lessons, using quizzes, dialogue simulations, screencasts, video lectures, and other interactive learning materials. An LMS, on the other hand, it is a web platform which allows you to manage the learning process, host courses and documentation, deliver your courses 24 hours per 7, record your learners' results, and generate reports, and much more. So let's look at some results that our customers were able to achieve with iSpring tools. PCI in the healthcare industry reduced travel costs by 5 times. Surgeon George Godoy training achieved a 4.8 customer satisfaction rating. Forever Direct is a retail company, reduced accidents by 50%. Central One Federal Credit Union reduced onboarding time by 50% as well. And finally, Glasgow Caledonian University trained 1,500 staff in just 12 months and suppressed their audit targets. And now we would like to talk about how you can solve the challenges mentioned above with e-learning. Staff turnover. So learning management system provides learners with relevant, mobile, self-paced, and personalized content. Employees can learn when they wish and according to their own needs 24 hours per 7, even without internet connection, with the help of mobile apps, because we are people on the go. All right, but what do we do when people are bored? To make the learning process more engaging, we can use some interactive elements and gamification as well. As for the costs, when compared to traditional forms of learning, e-learning stands out due to its high cost-effective nature. This is primarily because expenses incurred with travel, study materials, and accommodation can be reduced. So when we're talking about when the training happens in another city, state, or another country. Knowledge assessment. So to check your learners' progress, you can create interactive quiz and assignments and get their results. As for audits and certifications, you can create various programs for your employees with the help of learning tracks and web meetings. Paperwork and manual procedures. You can save all of your documents and keep them up to date in knowledge base anytime. All right. And how are we going to deal with the company's image and brand? This is one of the important things as well, right? The good news is that you can maintain your company's branding and take advantage of this up-to-date and all-in-one solution. No worries about that. So perfect. Our authoring tool is called iSpring Suite Max, and it functions as a PowerPoint add-in. So you can turn your current existing PowerPoints into professional-looking courses with engaging elements like text-to-speech feature, videos, quizzes, dialogue simulations, screen recordings, and interactions. My colleague Anna Paula conducted a wonderful webinar on iSpring Suite. And if you'd like to learn how to create engaging online courses with our authoring tool, follow the link in the chat. Nadia, could you please put this link on the chat? Thank you so much. But today, we are going to focus on the LMS side. iSpring Learn LMS is a web platform that integrates with Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and other HR and corporate systems of the company. It allows you to deliver trainings that employees can take 24 hours per 7, and you can track their results, of course, with supervisor dashboard or other options. In a few seconds, we'll switch to the LMS and show you some of its awesome capabilities. I hope you're ready. Alex, let me pass the mic over to you.
Thank you, Ina, for that important information. And I'll be happy to continue with the practical part of the webinar. And if you don't mind, I will turn off my camera so that you can see my screen better. Okay, let me share my screen. Can you see it? Please let me know in chat. Okay, let's start. So we talked about different internal training challenges like turnover, outdated training systems, training costs, employees resistance, and much more. Now it's time for us to show you how this can be solved in practice. Now we are in iSpring Learn LMS, and first I will show you the LMS from the admin perspective. I'd like to go step by step so you can see how the challenges listed above can be solved with iSpring Learn LMS. So the first challenge is staff turnover. What can we do to make employees feel engaged and not think about leaving the company? In iSpring Learn LMS, you can upload interactive and engaging content from your computer or content that was created with iSpring Suite. I'll go to the Learning Content tab. Here I can find the modules created with iSpring Suite, and I can assign them separately to the particular employees or combine these modules into courses or learning tracks. This will allow your learners to keep the timeline in mind and plan their work and learning time properly. As our LMS is a cloud-based solution, your employees can access the platform 24/7 even without the internet connection, with the help of our mobile application. This might be especially helpful if your employees have business trips rather often, so they can learn, have access to important information, and feel engaged at any time. The second challenge is knowledge assessment. Sometimes it's really complicated to track your employees' progress. To check your learners' progress in iSpring Learn LMS, you can create interactive quizzes and assignments and get results. As an admin, I can also run different types of reports. To do that, I need to go to Reports tab. Here, I can run the reports by courses, by learners, by trainings, by quizzes, assignments, Leaderboard, and some other types of reports. And you can also create a custom report. But first, I will show you how to run a report by courses. You need to click Courses, add some filters. Let's select the learning item. I would like to run a report on this course. Here we can see how much enrollments do we have, how many employees have passed our course, failed, have it in progress, or not started it yet. You can customize this report. You can add some filters and columns here. For example, course ID, course creation date, course author, and some other things that you may need. Great. I would like to show you one more report, which is really great. Learner progress. For example, I would like to add some filters here. I will need user status and choose inactive. Add, and the report is updated. Now I see only the users that are not active on the platform. They haven't logged in the system yet. And I can change it to active users. You can also change the start date here in filters and select the learning item as we did in the previous report. The next thing I would like to tell you about is how to customize a report and save it to the Reports tab. You can, again, you can remove or add some columns. For example, I would like to add login, job title, and user status. Okay. So when you've added all the columns that you need, all of them are here. You can scroll. You click this icon and save it as a template. You give the template a name, for example, custom report. And now you can see this report in the report section. And you can always click this one and run this report. And I would also like to show you one feature that is really, that saves you time. You can schedule a report. So you need to name the template. I already have it here. Fill in the recipient's email, for example, support@icespring.com. I would like to send this report monthly, and the start date will be tomorrow. And you can schedule this report. Actually, you can schedule all of the reports on the platform, and all of them will be sent automatically to the instructors or administrator email. Okay, let's move on. The third challenge is audits or certifications. In Icespring Learn LMS, you can create well-organized training programs and even set up webinars and meetings. I would like to show you the example of such meeting. To do that, I need to go to the training sessions. And here in the calendar, I can find all the scheduled events in the LMS and add new webinars or meetings. To do that, I need to click Add Training, add the training name, for example, let it be simple, some French class. Then I need to set the start date, the time, okay, the duration, the capacity. For example, in my case, it will be 30 participants, and the instructor. If any questions or concerns arise, learners can get in touch with the course expert. For example, in my case, this is Basil Ross, and clarify any point needed. And if you have Zoom or Microsoft Teams integrations in your Icespring Learn account, you can add link to a meeting here. And when users follow this link, their attendance will be displayed in the training reports automatically, so you won't have to mark the attendance by hand. When you finish with these settings, you click Create. And here you go to Participants tab and enroll users to this training. Okay, and the next challenge is paperwork and effort. Once you decide to switch from traditional learning to e-learning, you will be able to save all your documents and keep them updated in the knowledge base. I'll go to the user portal and show you how it looks like. To do that, I need to switch to user portal and click knowledge base. So here are all the documents that are visible for all of the learners on the platform. You can put here some documents that need to be seen by everyone in your company. And I'd like to focus on our great feature, one more great feature, and I need to go back to admin portal. So I would like to tell you about the choosing a copying method. To do that, I need to go back to the learning content and open some course. Okay. Then I click Add and select Material. Just a second. Continue. So, and it will ask me if I want it to be a separate copy or a linked copy. I click Linked Copy and save it. So instead of making changes in every copy of the same document in different courses, you can change the original file and all of its linked copies will be also changed and updated automatically. This will definitely save you time and helps to keep all files updated. All right, and how are we going to deal with the company's image and brand? Good news, you can maintain your company branding and take advantage of this up-to-date all-in-one solution. I will show you how the customized portal looks like. To customize your Icespring Learn account, you need to click Branding in Settings. Here you can change the color scheme, the logo type, the favicon, and cover images for courses, catalogs, user profiles, login page background. It's all really easy, and once you save all of the changes, you click User Portal, and you can see how it will look like on the user's end. So this was the default ones, and this is how the customized portal looks like. Okay, great. And the last challenge is board employees. In this case, gamification will help your employees stay motivated. We all want to be the best, stronger, faster, and smarter. And this gamification element can help them achieve the highest score. As an admin, I can enable gamification in the learning portal in Settings. To do that, I click Settings, Additional Options, and Gamification. Okay, I will show you how it looks like when it is disabled. So let me repeat my steps. So you click Settings, then Branding. Oh, sorry, Additional Options, Gamification, and Enable Gamification. Right here, when we enable the gamification, we can customize the number of points for specific results. We can select another tab, Badges, and associate badges with various types of events. You need to click Add Badge. So here, all you need to do is to type the title, for example, well done, add some description and select the badge from the list here, or you can upload your own badge from your computer, and you can set a rule for receiving this badge. For example, completed learning items or points earned. For example, once the user earns 100 points, they receive the badge, and then click Save when it's done. Okay, just a second. As an admin, I can see the leaderboard in the report section. And of course, we can use these awards for promotion, or for example, as a corporate currency. And I can run a report. Sorry, it seems that I didn't save it. Let me quickly check it. Okay, please don't repeat my mistake. Okay, so the gamification is enabled. Now we can go to reports and run the report by the leaderboard. Okay, and you can see, users can see the same in their learning portal, user portal, but I'll show you a little bit later. In our company's Icespring Learn LMS, we also have gamification enabled, and we receive points and badges for courses and modules. And to be honest, I check this achievements tab every week to make sure that I'm not falling behind my senior colleagues, and I'm really proud of myself that when I see that I have some more points that my colleagues or senior colleagues do. And I should say that this gamification element really engages your employees, so please don't underestimate it. I will show you how it looks on the user's end. They click Achievements, and they see what place they take in the leaderboard. So what else can we do to make the learning process more engaging? In the Icespring Learn LMS, we can use some interactive elements. There is no doubt that information that is presented in an interactive form is more welcome. When the course is a mix of media files, knowledge checks, and interactive content, learners can feel engaged. Also, Icespring Learn LMS provides learners with flexibility when taking the course at their own pace. Let me show you a sample of such a program. I'll need to go to my courses as a user, select the course. Okay. In the outline, you may find the interactive elements created with Icespring Suite, our authoring tool, such as interactions, quizzes, and dialog simulations. Let's preview some interactive elements. For example, let's preview the interaction. Here you may find the office tour where your employees can find out more about the office. You can create a glossary and even interactive role plays and develop communication skills. And I would like to show you a quiz as an example. Here it is. Here we use some characters and backgrounds from our content library, and we can also add points for correct or incorrect answers. And you see that the quiz is really interactive, which helps users to perceive information better and easier. Okay, and the last question. And I would like to show you one more module. It will be the role play. Just a second. Again, here we use some pictures and backgrounds from our content library. Okay, great. Let's move on. There is a huge difference between traditional learning systems and e-learning for both learners and training managers. Companies with training and onboarding programs that are perfectly set up with e-learning have the advantage over those that still use some PDFs file or PowerPoint presentations and employees see the company logo, the color scheme, the color scheme, and well-organized assigned courses. They know this is the place where they can learn and develop, and they feel good about that. At this point, you might want to see the user portal. I would like to show you a little bit more. So here is the My Courses tab. I can see all of the courses that I need to take. Here are the courses I've completed. This is the My Trainings tab, where all of my trainings will be placed and shown. The catalog, where I can take courses. I can add them to my main My Courses tab. The News section, and the Knowledge Base. Something's wrong with the internet connection. Sorry. The My Team tab, only supervisors have this tab. So not all of your users will be able to see this tab as it shows some additional information on users' academic performance. Okay. So this data is available to me 24/7, and I can choose the most convenient time and location, for example, early in the morning in my kitchen, for instance, to get knowledge and master new skills before the due date, of course. And what's more important is that courses can be even taken offline with the mobile app. This is the digital environment of the 21st century that all of us use. And a bit of customization is not a problem as well. I can change my profile picture here, password, and even my profile language. So I think that's it. I hope I was able to show you the advantages of e-learning and how you can benefit from them during onboarding or compliance training. Now we'll be happy to answer your questions if you have any. So let's start our Q&A session.
Yeah, guys, so based on what we've described and showed you, I believe that iSpring is able to offer the tool that covers all of your needs. So we will be happy to answer all of your questions. And could you please provide them in the chat?
Yes, and while we are waiting for your questions, I also want to mention that uh, we have a survey after the webinar, and I want not to mention, but I want to ask you to fill out the survey after the webinar, because that will really help us to provide you with more relevant information. So, and if guys, you don't have any questions, you are more than welcome to just say it in the chat.
Mhm. I
So
see
we
some.
yeah, question from
I'm so
Steve.
sorry for interrupting. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nadia, I'm so sorry for interrupting. So, Steve, about the difficulties to port history from an existing system, you're talking about migrating from your existing system to our LMS, right? It depends what kind of data would you like to import. So definitely you can do this with your employees. And if we're talking about trainings and your courses and materials, you will have to do it manually for sure. So what kind of data would you like to import? Could you please clarify that? Can a course, yeah, and the question from Tom, can a course completion be 2 points and passing the quizzes for the same course be 1 point, or any combination like that? Alex, could you help me with this Tom's question, please?
Yes, sure. You can customize the points, voting points to your learners in the portal. When you assign the course, there is the tab that is called, just a second, the completion. And here you set the amount of points you would like to give your users when they finish the course. So you can change it depending on your needs.
Yeah, thank you so much for cover these questions. And that Tom said that it would be a past, all parts history.
Yeah, I see. So as for the history, you definitely will be able to just replace, transfer your existing users. For materials and for the history, I don't think so it is possible, but it's like the matter for additional discussion. If you want, again, just send you my email address, and you can send me your request, and I will be able to double check with my developers, and I will answer you about that, okay? Icespring.com.
Thank you so
So,
much, Ina.
so Steve, I shared my email in the chat. Please leave me a message, like drop me an email. I will be happy to help. Mhm.
Yeah, and we have a question from Amanda. She's
Yeah,
asking, is the mobile app compatible across an Apple and Android platforms?
absolutely.
Yes,
Yes, Amanda.
definitely.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's all questions from now, and I think that we can wait a couple of minutes. And
Besides your questions, maybe you would like to tell us, how do you feel about this topic? Did you like it or not? Or maybe we need to dive deeper, let's say.
yeah, and Vivian has a question. My company uses another LMS system. Is it possible to integrate some of iSpring's function with my current system?
It depends what kind of system and platform do you have, because our system has an open API, and if your platform has the same thing, so it will be possible to integrate them together. If not, yeah, unfortunately, it will not be possible. I hope we answered your questions.
So, yes, thank you so much for your answer. So,
But by the
yeah,
way, sorry for interrupting. If any questions arise just after the webinar, and you can always contact us in chat on our website, and you can email us to support@ispring.com, and we will be happy to assist you with your questions.
yeah, thank you so much,
Thank you for
Alex.
sharing the link.
Yeah. And we have chat open on any links of our website. So it will just pop up. Yeah, and Kay just share the email of support team. So all right, girls, I think that we are ready to wrap up our session. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we are.
All right. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming today and spending that valuable time with us. I hope you have enjoyed our today's session. Please don't forget about the survey after the webinar, because it's really, really, really help us to provide you with more relevant information with our future webinars. And thank you very much, girls, for this wonderful presentation and practice. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Nanda. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.